Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to do a quick review of the Nike Vaporfly Zoom X 2. This is the shoe. I've done a video about this, about where the carbon shoe came from, and I also did a first impressions video on this. Well, I'll link both of them at the end of this, but this video today is just a review of the shoe. The day I got these, I literally was just about to go out for a run and I took them out of the box and I wore them. First time wearing them, I wore them for a pretty hard workout. Altogether it was 17 kilometers. It was the first time wearing the shoes. I'd never worn a carbon plated shoe before. First time wearing them, took these out, and literally comfort was like maximum. Like, I don't think I've ever bought a shoe that felt more comfortable than this. Maybe the Ultra Boost on its first one was probably, it's just as comfortable, but this was super comfortable. So 17k, hard workout, no blisters, no laces untied, no pain in the ankles or feet the day after. So yeah, overall really happy with this shoe. Not particularly happy that running has come to it, that we have to wear these, but that's like I said, that was a different side conversation. But a really good shoe to run in. The shoe itself, the upper part of the shoe seems very flimsy, and I can't imagine it would last a very long time because there's nothing to it. I mean, they're super light. They say that you got to get about, I think about 400 kilometers out of these. So, a couple of races, maybe another marathon out of them, and a couple of 5Ks, 10Ks and a half marathon, and that's probably be about the lifestyle of them. Going forwards, I won't use this shoe for anything other than races. I'll never wear it on a training run. The reason I wore it on that training run, the 17K, is because I did the marathon last week, so that's why I'm sporting the t-shirt here, the Dublin Marathon, and I wore these. So to date, I've worn them for that 17k run. I wore them on one long run, which I think was 35k, and then I wore them in the marathon, and that's it. And like I said, each run, absolutely perfect, really comfortable, no laces opening, no blisters, no weird feeling anywhere. Overall, really happy with the shoe. Slight downfall is that the tongue is slightly off-centered, which is good because it's comfortable, but it just means when you're tying them, this thing kind of pulls off to the side and you have to kind of mess with the laces a little bit. I'd be quite finicky. I'd have to have it absolutely set perfectly to how it should run. Otherwise, a little crease in it would annoy me. If I was running and there was a little crease in the tongue, that would really annoy me. So at the moment, it's fine. But I'd say when I get a little bit of wear in them, that's probably going to be a little bit of problematic. The laces have a little kind of jagged edge. I don't know whether you can see that, but they're kind of jagged, which means I've never had a lace like this before. But it's like, why doesn't every shoe not have these? There's no way that these could possibly open. Once you tie them lightly, they can't open because it's jagged and it's kind of sawtooth, and literally there's no way that any sort of friction would open it. You would have to use your hands to untie them. So I really like the laces in these. I don't know why Hoka don't do that. I mean, Hoka, when I wear Hoka, the shoes are open all the time. It's not uncomfortable for me to get my shoes to open on a training run in a pair of Hokas. So big kudos for the laces. When I put them on first, I spoke about this in the first impressions, it felt like, it kind of, for the first couple of seconds, it felt like you could fall off them, Your foot feels a little bit unsteady. And when I did do that 17k run, when you're turning the corners, just on the first couple of times that you turn a corner, it's just a little bit, it feels a bit weird. You're kind of, I don't know, I can't really explain what it is. The shoe doesn't seem to come with you. It's almost like your feet are falling off the shoe. And once you've done a couple of corners and you kind of get used to it and you kind of expect it, and maybe ever so slightly change your gait to what you would usually do, and it's totally fine. In the marathon, I wasn't really aware of it because I had done the 17k and the 35k long run in them. But yeah, it's the first couple of times it was a bit weird. The first couple of corners. Some people talk about getting like pains in their feet or little running injuries from wearing the shoes, and I think it's wrong to blame the shoe on that. I just think probably if that's happening, you're probably not as neurotypical as somebody else. So somebody who's just can adapt. I mean, I had no worries about having any sort of injury by changing my gait in the shoe. The drop, it's a much higher stack than what I would usually wear. And like I said, I've never worn carbon shoes before, but I just can't imagine how that would cause any injury. But it did take, like I said, maybe 20 minutes on that first run just to kind of get used to how they corner. And once I got used to it, then, like I said, you kind of subconsciously expect what to get from it when you turn. But apart from that, overall, really happy. I paid 189 euros for these on a website called Alltricks. I think they're based out of France. And they came pretty quickly. So these are a UK size 9, and my Ultra Boost and my other Adidas Adios are UK size 9. quite often the hook is I have to get a 9.5, but in these I ordered an 8.5 by accident and I sent it back, and I got these ones returned within a couple of days. So everything has been perfect with them. And like I said, 189 euros. It's not cheap because they're not going to last very long, but it's cheaper than what some people, you can pay up to 220, 230 for them. The Alpha Flies, you can't seem to get them for any less than 250. So if you ever see Alpha Flies going for less than 250, then definitely let me know on this platform. Anyway, that's about it for the shoe. I think it's an awesome shoe. I'm glad I went for the Nike. Let me know if you have a pair of Vaporflies and what you think about them. Anyway, I hope that helps anybody who's sitting on the fence. And like I said, overall, a pretty good shoe. Pretty happy with it, and definitely a marathon friendly shoe. I will be wearing these again in the marathon. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember, run far, run fast, but most of all, run sensible.